Hi guys, this is Anjana, your friend, your mentor, your life coach, for some your mother, your mom. So today's another story in Heart to Heart without filtration.
Merry Christmas, guys! So, Christmas is all about peace, love, hope, and joy. Today, I would like to introduce a beautiful soul who was born on this planet Earth to serve a higher purpose. She's a Santa for many and bringing a difference in this world. She's intelligent, but higher intelligence was giving her red marks in her academics so that she can read and study humans. She's beautiful, but universe was giving her rejection so that she can accept the world with no judgment. Universe gave her anxiety disorder, but she converted it into assurance for many and giving hope for life. Universe gave her tears to produce a soulful music to heal the world.
For me, everything I need to be free in this reality now.
Universe and higher intelligence was throwing rocks on her way to make her a rock star. Today, she's a hope, she's a faith, she's a love, and she's a promise. She has synchronized her mind, body, and soul.
She is a founder of Synchro Shakti, Kartika Nair. So welcome Kartika Nair on board in Heart to Heart session, and I'm so excited bringing you here in this because I know that we are in the same field, and I know we will have an amazing conversation so that we can help people, whoever is listening to this conversation of.
Thank you for having me. And
can you just say welcome to Bangalore? I'm here in your city.
welcome to Bangalore. And I was just about to say that even though we've just met for the very first time in physical world, it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like we've known each other forever. So welcome to my city. And,
I'm here in your city just to meet you.
Yes,
and for meet and greet with lots of lovely Bangaloreans. Yes. So let's do something interesting, Kartika. You have an audience of English speaking people. I have an audience of Hindi speaking people. Let's reverse this role to make it more interesting. You speak in Hindi, I'll try to speak in English.
Okay.
So bear with us, guys.
Okay. ठीक है, हम हिंदी में बात करेंगे.
हाँ, because मेरी ऑडियंस बोलेगी कार्तिका इंग्लिश बोल रही है, हमें समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
ठीक है, no problem.
So guys, here is कार्तिका. हम बात करेंगे हमारी स्टोरी की, हम बात करेंगे कार्तिका की, हम बात करेंगे मेरी, हम बात करेंगे हम मिले कैसे और क्यों मिले. Was it a universal unfolding? What was, या फिर यूनिवर्स कंस्पायर कर रहा था हम दोनों को, कार्तिका? Because I never planned it this way, right? So, आपसे स्टार्ट करते हैं. एक बार तो हो चुका है, आपने हमारा बहुत इंटरव्यू ले लिया आपके चैनल पे. Now it's your turn.
ठीक है. तो क्वेश्चन क्या है पहला क्वेश्चन?
So, who is Kartika Nair?
Kartika Nair is someone who is, Kartika Nair है ये लड़की जो अपनी सेल्फ वर्थ को डिस्कवर कर रही थी. बहुत हो गया बचपन में, बुलिंग था, देयर वाज आल्सो इतना सारा लो सेल्फ एस्टीम था, बहुत एंजाइटी था. मुझे एकेडमिक्स में तो बहुत मैं जीरो थी और कंप्लीटली जीरो थी. मेरी जो पापा मम्मी थे वो स्कूल को पैसा देते थे मुझे पास करने के लिए.
वाओ. सो जितने भी बच्चे हैं जो फेल हो रहे हैं उन्हें दिखना चाहिए कि इट्स अ फ्यूचर अच्छा है ना?
फ्यूचर अच्छा है. मुझे ये भी कहना चाहती हूँ कि जो ये एजुकेशन सिस्टम है वो इंटेलिजेंस को देखता ही नहीं है, मगर इंटेलिजेंस उतना मल्टीपल होते हैं. तो जस्ट बिकॉज मेरे में तो मैथ्स की इंटेलिजेंस है, मगर जो टीचर होती है उसको भी हमारे अंदर से इंटेलिजेंस निकालना होता है. मगर मेरे अंदर तो इंटेलिजेंस निकाला नहीं, बस बोला था मुझे कि यू आर गुड फॉर नथिंग, कर नहीं सकती है. सो आई ग्रो अप थिंकिंग मैं गुड फॉर नथिंग, कुछ नहीं कर सकती. इवन व्हेन आई वाज 15 years old, मैं जब की डालते थे ना, मुझे की टर्न करना भी नहीं आता था. मुझे जितना मेरे मन में होता था कि I can't even do that. 15 में, I was 15, 16 और मुझे ये भी नहीं आता था. That was my self concept कि मुझे कुछ करना ही नहीं आता.
But who was telling it? मतलब teachers or maybe
everything. तो जब हमारा एग्जाम का रिजल्ट आता था, क्या होता था, हमारे पेपर्स होते थे और उसमें रेड मार्क्स डालते थे,
Right.
क्योंकि ये रॉन्ग है, ये रॉन्ग है, ये रॉन्ग है, यहाँ पर बड़ा सा एक जीरो लगा हुआ है यहाँ पर। तो अगर हम दूसरे के पेपर्स को देखेंगे, उनके पास तो कुछ और है।
Correct.
तो ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज ऑफ कंपैरिजन एंड टीचर्स एंड पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग्स एंड दिस एंड दैट, यू ग्रो अप फीलिंग लाइक एवरीवनस लाइक, ठीक है, आपकी जो बाजू में जो लड़की बैठी है उसकी रिजल्ट्स देखो, आपकी रिजल्ट्स। और यहाँ पर इंडिया में हमारा जो एजुकेशन होता है, आपका वर्थ कंप्लीटली एजुकेशन में होता है। मगर अगर आप अच्छे कर रहे हो एजुकेशन में, आपका वर्थ होता है, लोग आपको अच्छा
Correct.
दे सी यू एज
Yeah.
गुड। मगर अगर आप फेलियर होते हैं तो हमारा क्या होता है, कोई सेल्फ
True,
एस्टीम
true,
नहीं
and
होता
lots of comparisons.
है। और आई हैव मेमोरी, जब मैं आई वाज 8 साल की थी, मेरा एक फ्रेंड, there used to be this girl friend, and she came up, she was a senior, she came up to my classroom for lunch to spend time with me, और उन्होंने बोला कि ठीक है, हम हम खेल सकते हैं। मैंने बोला आई एम सॉरी, आई हैव टू गो फॉर रेमेडियल क्लासेस। रेमेडियल होता है जब हमारा व्हेन वी बैड इन एकेडमिक्स, यू हैव टू गो फॉर एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस ड्यूरिंग द लंच टाइम। सो शी हैड दिस बड़ा स्माइल ऑन हर फेस, एंड व्हेन आई सेड रेमेडियल क्लासेस, शी लिटरली like walked right away from me. And in that moment, I felt अंदर से इतना like मुझे पता था कि something is wrong with me, it's not normal.
And what age it was?
8, so during my formative years, so so I grew up in this thing of I'm completely dumb and I'm incapable. So experiences like that is what made me feel stupid until I was 20, 25, maybe 24, when I realized that I wasn't stupid.
But who is Kartika now?
Kartika now-
What Kartika is today?
I don't know how to say this in Hindi, so I'm going to say it in
I will help you, yeah. You can tell me in English,
Okay.
I'll help you what you want to say.
I feel, and I'm going to close my eyes to tune into this,
Mm-hmm.
I feel Kartika is a free, open spirit that's like soaring up to touch the heavens in her life, in how she feels about herself and about the world. So Kartika is, I want to say, a very open, joyful, loving spirit.
Yeah, that I found it when I met you in downstairs. Yeah, you're so.
Kaise?
I got your vibes.
Okay, okay.
See, Kartika, matlab, there are many life coaches. See, this is the first time, like, two life coaches are talking to each other, right? You promoted me on your platform, and that was very innocent. जिसको बोलते हैं ना कि कोई competition नहीं है. Why I should promote her on my channel, or she is growing, or something like that, है ना? So that's why I have so much respect for you कि नहीं, she is so innocent, she is so pure. So वो प्योर वाली जो एनर्जी वो तो मुझे नीचे मिल गई. Yeah, you are so pure, Kartika. Trust
Thank
me.
you.
मतलब I'm not just telling you just for telling, but me and Apple, whenever we talk, so मुझे कम लोग पसंद आते हैं, जिसमें से कार्तिका एक है.
Thank you.
हाँ, बट पता नहीं, मेरा वो बचपन से ही है कि मेरे को 2 मिनट में समझ में आ जाता है इंसान इसके साथ 5 मिनट बिताना है कि नहीं. अगर किसी व्यक्ति के साथ मैंने 5 मिनट बिता लिया है, मतलब वो बंदा अच्छा ही होगा, तभी आई स्पेंड 5 मिनट्स विद. अदरवाइज तो मैं 2 सेकंड में मतलब रिजेक्ट कर देती हूँ लोगों को. ट्रस्ट मी, दैट इज माय इनर इंस्टिंक्ट बोल लीजिए. सो कई लड़कियों की जिनकी शादियां नहीं हो रही होती है या किसी के बॉयफ्रेंड्स हैं, तो दे कम टू मी कि अंजना प्लीज पास कर दो ना, ये सही है कि नहीं है, 2 सेकंड मिलके. एंड एक्चुअली मैंने बहुत लड़कियों के लड़के अप्रूव किए कि हाँ, दिस इज गुड, यू कैन मैरी.
Wow.
या
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, in life, we don't want everybody to be our friend and everybody to like us. We want
Right.
our slice of the pie, which is
Yeah.
quality. And I appreciate that you like me. So
अच्छा, tell me something. We are very different personalities. That's what I feel. Correct? You are sober, decent, sophisticated, poised, and I'm not.
you're bubbly.
I'm bubbly. I'm notorious. I'm naughty. मतलब मैं बचपन में अब तो लाइफ कोच बन गई हूँ. So obviously thinking बहुत different है. लेकिन अगर रियल अंजना को देखो तो अंजना मतलब वैसी वाली है कि अच्छा ये मेरे से जल रहा है, ओके मैं इसको भुना दूंगी. दैट काइंड ऑफ मी.
Mischievous.
मिस्चीवियस, ट्रस्ट मी. और मैं बहुत मिस्चीवियस थी. बट लेकिन एथिक्स मेरे हमेशा से बहुत अच्छे थे कि एथिक आपका ध्यान रखना है, प्रिंसिपल्स ध्यान है, यू आर नॉट हर्टिंग एनीबॉडी, किसी का दिल नहीं दुखाना है, कुछ गलत नहीं करना है. आई थिंक वही चीज मुझे यहाँ तक ले आई. आपको क्या चीज यहाँ तक ले आई, कार्तिका?
I don't know how to say this in Hindi. So I'm gonna try.
You can try anything. Yeah.
Love for people.
love for people.
लोगों
Yeah.
के लिए प्यार। मेरे दिल में तो एक तो था कि मेरे दिल ने बहुत लोगों से बहुत नुकसान लिया, मगर फिर भी जब हम इतने बारी I've said I'm quitting Synchro Shakti, I'm not doing this anymore, मगर next day I'll wake up and my heart would still be open to doing the exact same thing that I'm
Same,
doing.
yeah.
So I feel the love, the joy of the craft, the love for serving, the love for loving. I don't know if that makes sense. So love to love is what has got me
So
here.
you want to receive millions of, matlab you
I
want to
wanna
receive
give.
love. Acha,
I
you want to
wanna
give
give
love
love,
to,
yes,
okay.
to
Oh,
people.
you want to give love, and I want to win millions of hearts, and I want to receive love.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're a giver.
Yeah, I like, I mean, I'm also a receiver. I love
Haan, but-
receiving love.
yeah.
But I love love. I don't know how to explain it. I love that feeling when your heart chakra is open. I feel like I'm completely myself, my spirit, my soul is alive and I'm in love. When I'm not in love, I'm not me.
Oh, so tell me something. ये बचपन से कुछ तो होगा कार्तिका। अगर मैं यूनिवर्स को समझती हूँ तो मतलब जैसे कई लोगों से लाइफ कोचिंग में पूछते हैं कि करियर क्या चूज करना है, ऐसे वो चूज करो जो 5 साल की उम्र में करते थे।
बचपन से,
हाँ,
sorry to cut you,
Yeah.
when you said that 5 साल से, okay, पहले बचपन से मुझे पता था कि मुझे स्टेज में तो आना चाहिए। आई ऑलवेज, इवन जब हम मैं
Exactly.
शावर करती थी, मैं अपने मन में ऐसे इमेजिन करती थी कि मैं एक गर्ल बैंड में हूँ या मैं परफॉर्मेंस कर रही हूँ, मैं स्टेज पे तो हूँ।
हाँ.
बचपन से इट्स इन माई हार्ट एंड माई सोल,
Correct.
फ्रॉम द टाइम आई वाज बोर्न दैट आई एम मेंट टू बी on stage,
हाँ.
center of attention type of person. But I loved singing, dancing. That's my craft. I sing. So I knew that I was meant to be on stage. जब मैंने कॉलेज को छोड़ा, मेरे मन में ये आइडिया था कि I'll become a rock star. Not, I didn't know I'll become a coach and all. I thought I'll be a rock star. And I also thought I'll be a farmer because I was interested in organic farming and again serving people in some form, but also being as far away from people as possible because I was bullied, but somewhere the love never went away.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll be a rock star, but then
But you're a rock star already.
in my own way. But
in many hearts, you're a rock star, Kartika.
Thank you. But we sing a lot in our classes also. So I merged the love of music with the love of coaching. So we
Oh.
merged it together.
एक बात और बताओ मुझे कार्तिका कि इतना किस एज तक you were so bullied by friends or classmates or
I was bullied from as far as I can remember to as far as I can remember. Even the very last day, कॉलेज की आखिरी दिन तक, मैं अकेले एक बेंच पे बैठी थी लंच के साथ और कोई मेरे साथ बात नहीं करता था। मैं वापस क्लास को जाती
where are
थी।
these people are now?
I don't want to comment on that. But I used to have, there were 2 people who used to throw stones because I used to wear, हमारे कॉलेज में कुर्ता पजामा था, मगर I wanted to little rebel, I don't know, I used to wear these canvas shoes along with my कुर्ता पजामा। और लोग, it used to be so strange, तो ये अजीब लड़की है ये, I mean, कुर्ता पजामा के साथ हम canvas shoes पहनते हैं।
हाँ, wow.
Yes, sorry.
पहनते हैं, हाँ.
So they used to throw stones and like laugh and things like that, and at that time I didn't realize, मुझे पता नहीं था कि I'm creating my own destiny, my own reality. So I used to take everything to heart and I used to feel even worse, So I never wanted to go to college. The moment college got over, I didn't even stay back for the ceremony. I just left. I just said bye.
Oh, so वो उस टाइम पे फिर like it's very, मैंने कई लोगों को देखा, people turn into bitterness more if they receive this kind of treatment. But you wanted to love everyone, and why?
Not then. I was bitter. I was very bitter. I didn't want to hang out with anybody because I already, मेरी जो interest थी वो बहुत अलग थी लोगों से. People used to think of me as one weird girl anyway. I was not interested in the usual stuff, but प्यार वहाँ तक नहीं था. उसके बाद हुआ जब पहले बार जब मैं वहाँ एक कंपनी में काम करती थी, दिस वाज इन लाइक अ लिटिल होम ऑफिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग, और वहाँ पर मैंने कोचिंग पहले बार किया था. आई डिड प्रिज्म व्हिच इज अ पर्सनालिटी एनालिसिस. आई यूज्ड टू टेक पीपल थ्रू दिस पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट, और वहाँ पर बताते थे कि ठीक है ये आपकी पर्सनालिटी, आप इस करियर में जा सकते हो, उस करियर में जा सकते हो, लुक एट दिस इज योर स्ट्रेंथ्स, दिस इज योर वीकनेसेस. तो ऐसे हम काम करते थे. तो एक बार एक वुमन शी केम फॉर कोचिंग, और मैंने कुछ बोला दिल से, कुछ तो बोला, पता नहीं क्या बोला मैंने उसको, पर उसने मेरे बॉस को बताया कि whatever Kartika said, मेरे रोंगटे खड़े हो गए.
Oh,
But
okay.
सर पे भी रोंगटे खड़े हो गए. And my boss was like raving about that you know that story, and then he said, you know, you're meant to be in the coaching field. और जब when I analyzed that, I really loved the idea of teaching. हमारा एक I have one memory on the way to college. By the way, I got this job before I left college. I got offered the job before I left college, and that's a manifestation story also.
Okay.
But on the way to college, एक बार एक लड़की ने मुझे law of attraction के बारे में पूछा, because everybody knew I was teaching law of attraction even when I was in college, because I had a YouTube channel even then.
Okay.
I started when I was 19.
I thought at 19 you started YouTube channel.
YouTube. I've been here for a long time on YouTube.
Oh, so but that was, but you were not a life coach, or you were like,
no, I didn't know this was a career. I just did YouTube because there's a lot of
So what was the content at the age of 19 you gave on the
similar
YouTube channel?
content, law of attraction.
Oh.
But us par I was talking a lot about like healing and spiritual things like crystals and sleep paralysis, and I don't know what all I used to talk about those days.
Okay.
But that's a whole manifestation story. Everything has been a manifestation story, which I'll tell you later. मगर एक लड़की थी, she came up to me in the bus and she asked me manifestation advice. और मैंने उसको कुछ बता दिया दिल से. मैं मन से कुछ नहीं बोलती हूँ, कुछ आता ही नहीं है मन में. दिल से मैंने बोल दिया. और उसकी आंखों में एक shift था. Like immediately when I gave her that advice, there was a shift in her eyes. Like she was inspired. And I felt this rush of love all over my body, like wow, I love this feeling of serving like this. तो उस time तो था, मगर फिर भी I hated everyone because everybody hated me. So it's not like I'm going to love people. But when I got into coaching and I saw the shift, or I loved the feeling of giving advice, that love again came and filled my body. Then I knew that this is what I meant to do, is love people through coaching.
So bitterness को हटाने के लिए कुछ कोशिश करनी पड़ी, और it was just a transition?
No, ये bitterness के
because कई लोग बोलते हैं मुझे ना कि मैम हम इतने नेगेटिव हैं या हमारे आसपास नेगेटिव लोग हैं, हम कैसे भूल जाएं? So how did you forget?
तो ये ओवरनाइट नहीं था. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस बिटरनेस मेरा ये एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर हो गया था. बचपन से इतना सारा नेगेटिविटी पेन जो मैंने यू नो इट व्हाट यू से व्हेन यू से इट्स कलेक्टिंग अंदर में इतना सारा नेगेटिविटी हो गया था कि मेरा मेंटल डिसऑर्डर हो गया, मतलब एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर हो गया. इतना बुरा एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर था कि मैं इतने सारे काउंसलर्स के पास गई, इतने सारे थेरेपीज, नोबडी कुड सॉल्व माय प्रॉब्लम. एंड मुझे बिकॉज आई एम अ साइकोलॉजी मेजर एंड आई हैव स्टडीड, इतने सारे बुक्स मैंने पढ़े हैं, मेरा जो नॉलेज था वो काउंसलर से और ज्यादा था. तो इतना
no one could
and so people were like, अगर आपके पास आंसर, I mean if you know everything, why can't you solve your own problem? So इतना पावरलेसनेस में मैं थी कि मुझे पता ही नहीं था मैं क्या करूँगी अभी. तो बिकॉज मैं 3 साल इतना कोशिश किया एंजाइटी को मिटाने के लिए, मैंने क्या नहीं किया. आई गॉट सर्टिफाइड इन सब कुछ बिकॉज आई वाज ट्राइंग टू गेट रिड ऑफ एंजाइटी. आई हैव डन एवरीथिंग. NLP किया, हिप्नोथेरेपी किया, इनर चाइल्ड किया, पास्ट लाइफ रिग्रेशन किया, एफर्मेशंस,
विजुअलाइजेशन नहीं किया था. पता है यूनिवर्स वाज यू नो
Yes.
asking you to learn so that you can
But
be-
फिर भी
हाँ.
nothing touched the anxiety. I still had, and I was panicking at home, I was panicking outside, I couldn't leave the house. And panic मतलब ऐसा महसूस होता है कि आप मर रहे हो. इतना intense emotions, fear emotions आ जाता था. And it used to go on for days. For most people, उनका जो panic attacks होता है वो like 2 hours या 3 घंटे में जाता है. मेरा तो दिन भर दिन होता था. It was not going because I was fighting it. So eventually 3 साल के बाद मैंने give up किया. I was like, no, I'm not living. This is it. So I told my parents, I don't want to live. And they panicked. Obviously, if you tell your parents that, they'll panic. And they took me to a counselor.
What was your age at that?
I was in my early 20s, so this was 2000, maybe 15, 16, not that long ago.
Okay.
And I sat next to a therapist who could not help me. And I walked out of that therapy office saying, looking at the universe, and I said, अगर भगवान है, अभी आप मुझे, I mean, दिखाओ. क्योंकि you either put grace on me now or I'm not making it through this weekend. I was like, this is it, I'm not living after this. Because that, I mean, I was in so much pain, you cannot live. There is no life, you're dead. So then मैं अपने जो अंकल के घर गई, वहाँ पर टेबल में एक किताब था, पावर ऑफ नाउ, एक हार्ट.
वाह।
और जो भी मेरे मुझे वो जो मिसिंग की था, जो मुझे पता नहीं था, वो उस बुक के अंदर था। तो मैं आई लुक्ड एट द बुक लाइक इट वाज माय लाइफ डिपेंडेड ऑन इट। आई स्टडीड इतना कुछ। वहाँ पर बोलते हैं एक चीज़ है, उसका नाम है पेन बॉडी, इमोशनल पेन बॉडी। वो जो अंदर की जो नेगेटिविटी कलेक्ट कर रही है, वो पेन बॉडी होता है। वो पेन बॉडी इज व्हाट इज कॉजिंग योर नेगेटिव थिंकिंग, नेगेटिव इमोशन, नेगेटिव रिएक्शन, नेगेटिव मैनिफेस्टेशन, एंग्जाइटी डिसऑर्डर्स, एवरीथिंग इज starting and ending with emotional pain body. So mindfulness is what teaches you how to heal that negative pain body. And I spent years working through it, walking into the anxiety, allowing the anxiety to come up, feeling as horrible as I could, to sit with it, breathe through it. And then after a year, 2 years of exposing myself to all the triggers, I overcame panic disorder. No medication, only meditation.
No, yeah, actually, that is true. No medication, only meditation. Yeah. And meditation is for everything, you know.
For everything.
Yeah. Wow. My goodness. So tell me something, Kartika, कि होता क्या है एक्चुअली? मतलब जैसे आप एक बता रहे हो ना, एक होता है ना कि हमारे साथ वो हुआ हो तो वी कैन रिलेट। जब भी कोई मुझे बोलता है डिप्रेशन, पैनिक अटैक्स, एंजाइटी, इनका मतलब नहीं पता है मुझे कि होता है। सो एग्जैक्टली क्या होता है उसमें?
बहुत चीजें होते हैं, बहुत चीज होते हैं उसमें। सो
मतलब यू फील लाइक, जैसे मैंने कई बार डिप्रेशन के, जैसे दीपिका पादुकोण का मैंने इंटरव्यू देखी कि मतलब लेटे रहते हैं, इंसान सोया रहता है रूम में, किसी से मिलता नहीं है। इज इट
वेरी सिमिलर? तो हमारे एंजाइटी के साथ डिप्रेशन भी इट्स लाइक अ पार्ट एंड पार्सल, इट गोस टुगेदर, बिकॉज your soul is not living the life it wants to live. You're dead, you can't go anywhere. तो जो होता है कि अगर आप एक लायन के सामने आ जाओ और आपको पता है कि अभी आपका you're dying, okay? There is a body goes into a fight or flight response. मतलब जो हमारे स्टमक से जो खून होता है ना, वो निकल जाता है और आर्म्स और लेग्स में जाता है। The blood goes from stomach into arms and legs, so you can either fight that lion or run away from the lion. तो पहला जो सेंसेशन होता है कि स्टमक में एक नोजिया आ जाती है, और हाथ और पैर में बहुत ऐसे हाउ डू यू से भटकनी, अभी शेकिंग, शिवरिंग, इट्स लाइक अ जेली लाइक फीलिंग, बिकॉज इतना एड्रेनलिन कॉर्टिसोल अपने हाथ में रश हो रहा है, सो यू फील लाइक अनस्टेबल, लाइक यू कांट स्टैंड। फिर हम बिकॉज हम हाइपर वेंटिलेटिंग, हमारा ब्रीदिंग नहीं हो रहा है अच्छे से, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इज चेस्ट बहुत हेवी हो जाता है, or because you're not getting enough oxygen to your brain, you're feeling extremely dizzy and you're not able to stand properly. So you can't breathe, you're dizzy. और हमारा जो pupils, it starts dilating and contracting, so reality looks very distorted and it looks very weird. And you're feeling absolute fear, like for no reason, कुछ तो है ही नहीं, मगर you're feeling like you're dying. And nobody can get you out of it and you can't calm yourself. अगर आप कोई बताता है आपको calm down, you cannot calm down. There is nothing you can do to calm down because you feel like you're dying. When you're dying, can you calm down? No. It's the same feeling and nobody can convince you that you're not dying.
And your mom dad was aware of it, you're going through this.
It's a big story. तो जब when I had my first major panic attack, I was amongst a wrong crowd of people. They were doing things that I did not feel comfortable with, and suddenly I started feeling this anxiety, and it came to a point where it was almost psychotic, like I was hearing sounds coming out of the fan. मुझे ऐसे लग रहा था कि fan से like words आ रहे हैं, like ऐसे, and I was extremely cold and nobody was understanding, and they were like, हाँ मुझे तो पता ही है panic attack क्या होता है, and I'm like, you don't know what I'm going through, and इतना how angry you get because nobody understands.
Yeah.
So you're completely isolated in the experience.
True. Because जो आपके साथ हो रहा है, पर मुझे नहीं समझ में, I cannot understand.
You cannot understand. और मेरी जो
and वो, और जो हमको चाहिए होती है sympathy की, somebody should understand me.
Exactly. कोई नहीं है, and they're laughing at you and they're feeling like, you know, you're not, they're totally invalidating your experience. So I felt extremely alone, and at the same time when I came back to Bangalore, my dad had met with a heart attack. तो अभी सब लोग, and we had to take I was totally spaced out, and किसी ने मुझे बोला कि I've never seen a more air-headed person as you. I mean उनको पता भी नहीं था कि मैं क्या जा रही, और फिर मैं वहाँ गई, मेरे पापा हॉस्पिटल में थे, आईसीयू में थे, सब लोग वहाँ पर थे, मैं उनको बता भी नहीं सकती कि मेरे अंदर क्या हो रहा है, और मैं नर्सेज को पूछ रही थी, कैन यू सी इफ माई ब्लड प्रेशर डाउन, कैन यू सी, एंड नर्सेज ऑल्सो मुझे देख रहे थे कि यू आर परफेक्टली फाइन, व्हाट्स रॉन्ग विथ यू, कोई। So because इतना isolation था experience में, मुझे I don't know how to tell people because everyone had their own. So वहाँ पर जब हम चेन्नई में थे, वहाँ पर हर दिन मेरा पैनिक हो रहा था। मेरे कजन्स ने मुझे सिनेमा दिखाया टू गेट माई माइंड ऑफ ऑफ इट। वहाँ पर भी आई वाज पैनिकिंग दैट आई हैड टू लाई डाउन ऑन द बाथरूम फ्लोर, क्योंकि बाथरूम में नॉट फ्लोर, इट वाज लाइक सम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ थिंग एंड आई हैड टू लाई डाउन देयर बिकॉज आई कुडंट ब्रीथ एंड आई थॉट आई एम डाइंग एंड नोबडी कुड अंडरस्टैंड एंड देन वी हैड टू कट शॉट the movie to go back, and I felt so guilty, like, you know, I can't even watch a movie because I was panicking, you know. So you feel like you're dying and you can't explain that feeling to anybody. Only people who've been through panic disorder will know what that feels like.
मतलब लोगों को अवेयरनेस है इस चीज की, बिकॉज फिर अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए ना कार्तिका की।
होनी चाहिए, मगर I studied, मैंने ये किताब में पढ़ा है, क्योंकि I'm abnormal psychology major, so I studied it before I experienced it. जो किताब में awareness है वो different होता है, मगर experience में completely different होता है, तो you can't explain it to anyone.
So ये आपने कब पढ़ा था?
In my college days, in my BA bachelor's, so
But
right
panic
before,
attack उसके पहले होता था या बाद में?
बाद में।
तो ऐसा लगता है कि हमने मैनिफेस्ट कर लिया था वो पढ़ने के बाद, इज इट?
नहीं,
बिकॉज वी आर लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन कोर्स, सो आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग।
No, I mean we've studied abnormal psychology, so I've studied all kinds of abnormalities and
तो
mental.
बट होता है ऐसा सिग्नल मेरे ख्याल से कि शायद सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में कहीं चला गया हो, नहीं?
उससे और बहुत पहले I was already such a fearful person because of the bullying.
So I think इसने एग्जैजरेट कर दिया होगा स्टडीज ने, क्योंकि ज्यादा नॉलेज आ गया, ऐसा नहीं?
Studies में bullies थे, you know, and I used to hate going to school. The moment I got up, I was anxious because homework मुझे पता ही नहीं था कैसे करना था. I was always standing outside the class, always in punishment, just letting you know, always in punishment.
My God.
So I was the girl who was like the one who was completely rejected by the classmates, by the teachers, sitting outside, and so I was not, and my teacher, I had a North Indian teacher who did not like to touch South Indians. For some reason she was like, you know, you're South Indian, I won't touch you. I won't talk to your parents. Kuch because she was North Indian. I still have her name in my mind, which I've done my forgiveness work, but I understand her conditioning now. At the time I used to, उसके ऊपर मार थे कि I'm South Indian, and those days I was in the sun, dark skin, oily hair. I used to see myself as such a absolute piece of crap. That was my concept of self. So at some point I'm thinking, I deserve this. This is just normal for me. And I couldn't, you know, and she used to make us sit on the ground, and all the good kids who used to perform well can sit on the chair. We had to sit on the ground. So it was like that. So all that fear, you know, of the teachers, fear of what's going to happen every day in school, it just built up into an anxiety.
बट यहाँ पे एक बात मैं सबसे कहना चाहूंगी कि इतना होने के बाद अगर आप इतने सक्सेसफुल हो सकते हो, देयर इज स्टिल अ होप. सो गाइस, किसी के साथ भी इस तरह की चीजें हो रही है, डोंट बी होपलेस, है ना? इफ कार्तिका कैन डू इट, यू नो, इतनी चीजों से आ सकती है, तो यू गाइस कैन डू इट. इट्स जस्ट, यू नो, लर्निंग लगेगी कि कैसे करना है, व्हिच शी इज ऑलरेडी एक्चुअली टीचिंग सो मेनी पीपल, राइट?
मेरे हिसाब से जो भी लाइफ कोचेस बन जाते हैं,
वो इसीलिए बनते हैं ना,
इसीलिए बनते हैं क्योंकि कुछ हुआ है उनके साथ.
एग्जैक्टली. एक बार मुझे किसी ने क्वेश्चन किया था, जब मैं एकदम से लाइफ कोचिंग को फुल प्रोफेशनल ले ली थी. सब लोग बोलते हैं कि वी वांट टू हेल्प पीपल, और फिर आप लोग चार्जेस लेने लगते हो, लाइफ कोचिंग क्यों बनते हैं सब लोग? सो आई सेड, क्या होता है ना कि जब आप बहुत खुश होते हो अंदर से, यू नो, यू चेंज योर लाइफ, यू ट्रांसफॉर्म योर लाइफ, तो लगता है यार ये क्यों दुखी है, इसको भी बता दो, ये क्यों दुखी है. सो दैट्स हाउ everyone gets a life coach, you know, turn into a life coach if they have a good experience of their life and they did something good, you know, जहाँ पे they won over some adverse situations.
Deep अंग्रेजी में मैं बताऊंगी, you can translate. This is something that my granddad told my dad when he was in the hospital, because he was always in and out of hospitals, and he told me, he said, deep, I might be paraphrasing, but he said, deep within every adversity is a truth that only the spiritual eye can see. So जो भी what you think is bad, जो आप सोच रहे हो कि गलत हो रहा है मेरे साथ, वो सही हो रहा है, क्योंकि इसके वजह से कुछ और होने वाला है जो आपकी जिंदगी को बहुत अच्छा बनाएगा.
Exactly, that's true. क्योंकि कई लोग मुझे बोलते हैं, मैम हाउ कैन यू बी सो पॉजिटिव 24/7? आज सिर्फ नेगेटिव होने के बस कोई रीजन नहीं है, क्योंकि कुछ भी गलत हो रहा है तो मुझे लगता है अच्छा यूनिवर्स, हाँ करोगे, कुछ ना कुछ हो ही रहा होगा. सो आई एम रेडी फॉर द अनफोल्डिंग्स. बस मेरा इतना ही होता है कि आई एम रेडी फॉर द अनफोल्डिंग्स. या तो फिर 24/7 आपके पास हैप्पीनेस के अलावा बचता क्या है? You know,
I mean, I'm not happy 24/7.
Seriously?
Because my field is healing, so मुझे तो my field is you have to feel it to heal it. So जब भी
अच्छा, so we are different life coach, let people
yes,
know. So she is starting. हाँ, मतलब हम लोग actually different है.
हाँ, तो I mean I teach law of attraction, positive psychology, मगर not because see you've not been through the
वो मैं कर भी नहीं सकती. हाँ.
the trauma part of it.
Correct.
I've been through the trauma part of it and I reach out to जिस लोग जो trauma के साथ law of attraction कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे तो trauma healing is part of my coaching style. So I cannot know
that I
like
didn't know.
when you go through trauma, you're going through things like that other people cannot relate to. So you cannot go from negative state to positive state.
Immediately,
ये हो ही नहीं सकता.
you have to have a journey and
yes.
transition step by step. Yeah, that's true.
That's why we do mindfulness based healing.
Yeah, क्योंकि कई लोग मेरे पास आते हैं तो आप इतना खुश कैसे रह सकते हो? ऐसे आप भी रह लो, डांस कर लो. So एक चीज मैंने पढ़ी थी, मैं कई लोगों को बताती भी हूँ कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है, पता नहीं क्योंकि मैं वैसे ही खुश हूँ और बहुत को लोग बोलते हैं कि तुम 24/7 हैप्पी कैसे रह सकती हो? आई से क्योंकि मेरे पास कुछ और है ही नहीं, इमोशन ही नहीं बचा है मेरे पास. तो इसके लिए कभी कोई साइंटिफिकली पूछता है तो मैंने वो पढ़ी थी कार्तिका, सुपरनैचुरल, बीइंग सुपरनैचुरल.
जो डिस्टेंस.
या सो मुझे ऐसा लगता है 2019 में आई स्टार्टेड डांसिंग. तो एक बार क्या हुआ था, रात के 3 बजे मैं डांस कर रही थी मस्ती में, क्योंकि अब्राहमिक्स ने बोला था यू हैव टू बी इन अ जॉयफुल मूड. तो आई वाज जस्ट ट्राइंग, फेकिंग इट कि ओके आई एम इन अ जॉयफुल मूड एंड आई स्टार्टेड डांसिंग. एंड व्हाट एप्पल डिड, एप्पल ने रात के 3 बजे शूट किया एंड अपने सारे फ्रेंड्स को भेज दिया कि लुक व्हाट माय मॉम इज डूइंग एट 3 o'clock इन द नाइट. जब उसने भेज दिया ना तो मेरा मुझ में करेज आ गया कि अब तो दुनिया ने देख ही लिया मैं कैसी लगती हूँ. सो जजमेंट वाला पूरा फियर मेरे अंदर से निकल गया. जिसको देखना है देखो, जिसको जो बोलना है बोलो, आई डोंट केयर, यू नो, मैं तो मेरी लाइफ जीऊंगी. सो दिस इज हाउ. तो जब मैंने वो पढ़ा था बिकमिंग सुपर, उसमें देखा था देयर आर 1400 केमिकल्स रिलीज्ड इन योर बॉडी एंड रिपेयरिंग एंड सक्सेसफुल साथ में चलता है कि 1400 केमिकल्स आपको रिपेयर करते हैं ऑल नेगेटिव इमोशंस से. जब तक रिपेयरिंग नहीं होगी तब तक आप सक्सेसफुल हो ही नहीं सकते. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू आर डूइंग कि आप रिपेयरिंग करते हो. मैं लोगों को बोलती हूँ भैया डांस कर लो.
But it's good. So हम भी बोलते हैं लोगों को डांस कर लो, मगर हमारा हीलिंग भी बैलेंस होता है. तो बिकॉज जब हमारा आई मीन सी अंदर में जो हो रहा है मन में, आई एम नॉट गुड इनफ, माय लाइफ इज लाइक दिस, डांस करके कुछ नहीं होने वाला है उस स्टेट में. आई मीन यू विल फील अ लिटिल बेटर, बट फिर उसके बाद वापस वही हो जाता है. वापस 2 दिन के बाद, 2 दिन में हम डांस करेंगे, हाई होंगे, फिर 3rd दिन में वापस we go back into a depressive phase. So depression is a brain thing. Your brain, actually brain structure and brain chemistry is very different. That dancing will help, but then you go back to, because your brain is wired like that into trauma, into fear. So my job is to undo the trauma of the nervous system in order to be cleansed of the past, so you're open to the new. मगर जब पास की जो एनर्जी इतनी भारी होती है बदन में, जो पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग हो जाता है 2 दिन के लिए, उसके बाद वापस हम नेगेटिव में आ जाते हैं. इसलिए मेरा जॉब है वो जब हम नेगेटिव में होते हैं हम क्या करते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू न्यूट्रलाइज. तो हमारा काम है बचपन की जो मेमोरीज है, बचपना को एम्पावर करना, फिर एडल्ट को एम्पावर करना. सो सेल्फ लव इज इम्पोर्टेंट हियर. सेल्फ लव इज अ ट्रॉमा हीलिंग थिंग. मतलब बचपन से अगर when as a child you feel so scared, you go back into that memory and empower that child to the point that child is excited. So बच्चा को बताओ लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन क्या होता है, बच्चा को बताओ ये वर्ल्ड इज अ मिरर ऑफ माय इमोशंस. बच्चा को नहीं पता है ना, बच्चा हमारे अंदर ही है. अगर बच्चा को उसको पता भी नहीं है कि हम अभी बच्चा नहीं है, it doesn't even know, we're still stuck in that trauma. So we need to help that kid see, forgive, kid understand it wasn't personal. These people acted this way because of their needs, their conditioning. So when that child changes, the adult changes. And many of us, our consciousness is completely stuck in the childhood trauma. We're not able to get out of it. That is where my work comes in.
ये मुझे नहीं पता था.
अच्छा.
हाँ, ये मुझे.
You thought I was just like.
मुझे लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन टीचिंग आप दे रहे होगे ये. I never knew because मैंने सोचा भी था कि करूंगी कि क्या करते हो, बट मेरे को कुछ भी नहीं पता था actually.
I mean मेरे चैनल में इतना सारा healing work नहीं है. I do the healing work when people come to our academy.
So guys, Synchro Shakti Academy. If somebody is going through any pain or emotions now, then Kartika is definitely going to help you for that. हाँ मेरे पास आना डांस करने के लिए. My God. Okay, Kartika, how reading helped you in this journey?
So, reading was मेरा पहला
Power of Now से शुरू हुआ था.
नहीं. So मेरे पापा मम्मी मल्टी लेवल मार्केटिंग में थे.
Okay.
तो उनके पास सब कुछ था, all the law of attraction books, everything from you know, Earl Nightingale to you name it, they have the books. Napoleon Hill. So I grew up all around personal development and positive mental attitude. So I've read these books since as far as I can remember, and I read them in order to get out of the pain that I was in. But like I said, trauma is not dealt in a lot of positive mental attitude books. So it's not like I did not know. But reading made a difference in my life for one simple reason, that it gave me proof that something else is possible. So I've read a lot in my life. As you've seen, अगर आप मेरे videos को देखोगे, मेरे पीछे बुक शेल्फ है. I've read those books. बहुत सारे और books हैं जो बुक शेल्फ में नहीं है. So I've read a lot of books. But reading helped me because firstly, your circle of influence, जो आप जिसके साथ how do you say, who you surround yourself with?
Yeah, मैं इसको quotation बताती हूँ. If you're sitting with 5 millennials, you're the 6th one. If you're sitting with 5 idiots, you're the 6th one.
Correct.
So better, you know, choose your company wisely.
हाँ, मगर कौन है हमारे vicinity में जो law of attraction के बारे में बात, कोई नहीं है.
कोई भी नहीं.
और सब लोग online होते हैं. तो books is your first connection to teachers, mentors who you can actually spend your day with, spend your night with.
True.
So really connect to it. तो जो possibility होता है वो book से मैंने पढ़ा. Also the movie Secret, which is what got me into law of attraction. उसके okay, so बचपन, do you know the story? बचपन में I have 2 stories, law of attraction story. My whole life is a law of attraction, but we'll get to that later. मेरे पास एक belief था बचपन से कि fairies real होते हैं. और I used to read a lot of books on fairies.
And you created a fairy tale story for yourself.
Yeah,
right?
और मैं बोलती थी कि अगर मैं ये what do you say for stones in हिंदी? पत्थर या जो कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट में वो पत्थर होते थे ना, मैं उसके ऊपर क्लाइंब करती थी और एक पत्थर लेकर मैं बहुत डिस्टेंस में वो थ्रो करती थी. और मेरे मन में ये सोच आता था कि अगर ये पत्थर इतना डिस्टेंस से और गया तो मेरी हिंदी टीचर क्लास में नहीं आएगी आज. तो ऐसे बिलीफ होता था कि if I throw this further and it goes beyond this point, my Hindi teacher will not come to class today. And lo and behold, that day my Hindi teacher will not come to class. So I used to think, ओए कुछ तो है, I have some magical powers.
Okay.
So I used to believe things like that, but later on when I came across The Secret, it was like oh my god, this is so real, and I started implementing it from the moment I found out about it. So छोटा I got into the college of my dreams. So जब भी I used to cross the college, I used to tell my family कि ये तो मेरा college है, and I used to believe that ये तो मेरा college है, and this is and I got into the same college. और जो भी I didn't give an entrance exam, I didn't do anything. My dad walked up, मेरे पिताजी वहाँ पर गए और उनको बोला कि you know, my name is Commander Sunil Nair, this is my daughter, and the lady looked at us and said ठीक है आप मंडे से आओ.
Okay, so it's a manifestation story
Effortlessly.
actually. Yeah, effortlessly.
I used to get the spot in the bus. I used to, you know, so a lot of but because trauma had not been healed, I was manifesting all the crap in my life at that time. More bullying, more, and that's what we don't understand about law of attraction is the healing part, which we didn't know. I only knew about healing like a decade after all of that. So.
हाँ, तो I think ये भी एक reason होता है ना कार्तिका, अगर if somebody is going through any mess or any pains or emotions, they have to attract more such kind of emotions. That is what law of attraction. अगर इसकी awareness पहले हो तो हम वहीं पे full stop या comma तो at least लगा दें या बहुत लगा दें, right? So when are you looking at yourself in next 5 years, Kartika? What is your next plans? शादी तो हो गई, now what?
I'm kind of a in the moment kind of person, but if I was to think about 5 years down the line, I'm saying I have because I already believe it's done.
Yes.
I have a beautiful sea-facing home in Croatia, because Croatia is the most beautiful sea, Adriatic Sea. I am teaching. So the way that my goals are to teach is to do these dynamic events where you have like singers on stage, dancers on stage, painters on stage, and we're coaching through all of that, and we have like woohoo dance for huge audience, stadiums full, to give them that experience. I still have my dream to be a rock star, and I feel like I'm still going to do that.
Yes.
Not rock music, reggae music, and conscious music, kirtan music, all of that form. So I see myself doing that, traveling the world, and living in love. That is what I see myself doing.
And what about the plans? Like normally, like you're in 30s. I'm in 40. I'll be 50 after 2 years. So I'm 48.
So you're one of us looking looks 10-20 years younger than what
No, so my next question will be just like any other females or mothers in the house. So when are you planning a small baby? That is my first
I
interest.
just got married a month ago.
नहीं,
I'm
that
not
is my
planning.
first interest. मतलब मैं लोगों को बोलती हूँ भाई जैसे like my niece just got married. I said बच्चा दे दो तुमको पालना है नहीं पालो. मतलब I can be surrounded with 10 kids. I can babysit 10 kids and all newborns. इतना patience मुझ में है.
Yeah.
So
If a
this is
soul-
my always interesting question. I always ask it.
I haven't planned anything. It's not in my mind. I'm more interested in building Synchro Shakti. But if a soul decided to come to us and wants us to be the ones to help its evolution, I would be happy if that happened.
You love kids?
I have not yet gotten to the point where I love or not love kids. For me, kids are still just kids. So I haven't evolved yet. I think I'm still reparenting
still-
myself.
yeah,
So once I reparent myself, I come to the
Correct,
point. But I'm not yet there, and I'm not ashamed. Before I used to shame myself, like what is wrong with me that I'm the only one. When everyone sees a baby, they're like, oh my god. I don't feel that. I feel that when I see a
Yeah.
puppy or a cat or so, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. But
right.
I don't want to shame myself because I know I'll get there, but I'm not there yet.
हाँ, but right now you want to pamper yourself. So you are still a kid actually,
I'm
and
working
your
on it,
inner
kid.
child is looking for more love and more pampering. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
100%.
Yeah, so this is not the right time to think about the baby, है ना?
No,
बाकी
it should
the
come
soul
from my
has,
heart,
yeah,
yeah. The soul
exactly.
decides
So
then.
बाकी the soul decides.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I feel like I'll have a daughter intuitively, but and I'd love to have a daughter just because I love the feminine energy and it'll balance things out. But again, if a soul chooses us, then
Right.
great. If not, great.
And what kind of mother you will be? मतलब थप्पड़ वाली या डांटने वाली या
I
नॉर्मल
don't
कि
think
ओके बेटा
so.
जो करना है करो kind
No,
of.
I think I'll be a disciplinarian, but a different form. I'll be more like a coach. Not that she. I don't know. I don't. You will never see. You can't
never
learn
know.
how to swim until you jump into the water.
Actually,
I will not
actually.
know. I might say now that hey, I'll be the super loving one. I don't know, but all I know is that if you know how to reparent yourself, you'll be a better parent because otherwise you'll do exactly what your parents did with you. You'll do with your kids, and it'll be
Correct,
just
correct.
cycle of trauma just going from one generation to another.
Same I suggest everyone कि जब तक आप ready नहीं हो please बच्चे मत करो. You have no idea, you don't know about the body, then how can you produce the body? So first understand the body. आपको नहीं पता होता है 5 साल के बच्चे को जब आप थप्पड़ मार रहे होते हो उसके अंदर कितने केमिकल रिलीज होते हैं जो पूरा लाइफ टाइम उसके साथ रहते
I
हैं.
have
No
a-
humiliation and this and that.
This is my job, right? Is
Yeah.
trauma healing. I have people who are in their 60s who have like issues with their like muscles and things like that. Once I worked with a lady who had a muscle issue in her cheeks, and that was from a slap a trauma that she had. An uncle slapped her when she was 5 years old, and she's now in her 60s, and we're sitting and working on the muscle issue she has there from a slap that was
Exactly.
55 years ago. So parenting makes basically
Same.
the whole reason why I have a job is because of bad parenting.
Yeah,
is because
true,
I'm
true.
reprogramming people to heal the child.
Even मतलब कोई पूछता है ऐसे बोलते हैं कि हमारे ब्रेन को अच्छी चीजें याद नहीं होंगी. If I'll ask you 1 to 5 में what was the good happen to you, you will and क्या बुरा हुआ था हमारा brain immediately बताएगा.
And it's
So-
actually physically there. It's a physical thing in the brain.
Exactly. तो मुझे अभी भी आता है मेरी मम्मी ने कितनी जोर से थप्पड़ मारा था. But I always knew that I will never slap my kid. And I didn't do that thing, So लेकिन ये था कि मुझे बच्चों से बहुत प्यार है. I think शायद इसीलिए प्यार है कि बहुत पिटाई पड़ी है कार्तिका मुझे बचपन में.
Yeah.
और मुझे बहुत ह्यूमिलिएशन होता था. रोड पे खड़ी हूँ किसी लड़की से बात कर रही हूँ मम्मी ने आके सबके सामने चाटा मार दिया चलो अंदर. और मैं मतलब बहुत बुरा लगता था. तब से मुझे बच्चों के लिए ऐसा फील होता है जब मैं कभी देखती हूँ ना बाहर मार्केट में मदर इज स्लैपिंग मेरे को इतना बुरा लगता है कि उस बच्चे पे क्या चल रहा होगा क्या हो रहा होगा.
The पहले जो 8 साल होता है आपकी जिंदगी में वो अपनी जो मन में मैप्स फॉर्म हो जाते हैं अपनी
Exactly.
कंडीशनिंग फॉर्म हो जाती है और आपको बचपन तो याद भी नहीं होता मगर वो जो बचपन था वो ही हमारे सबकॉन्शियस में
Subconscious में.
हमारा कोर कॉन्सेप्ट हो जाता है. आपको पता होगा अगर आप लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन कर रहे हो लास्ट मिनट कुछ नहीं होता है. Up till the last minute something is happening and last minute it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
क्योंकि we have worthiness issue. Worthiness कहाँ से आता है? First 8 years of our lives. We feel
True.
worthy or not worthy. School में we feel worthy or not worthy.
Yeah.
So parenting is such an important thing. So I haven't even thought that far ahead.
So what do you think how I am as a parent seeing Apple?
You've done a great job seeing Apple. So you know, so there's lots of there's a lot of ways of parenting, and you don't have to. They say, you know, spare the rod, spoil the child. It's not necessary. There's a billion ways in which you can. There are a billion ways to anything in life. Why choose one way when there are alternates? So good job.
But like I was fully conscious and aware, you know, while raising her. कि मुझे उसके साथ क्या क्या करना है, लाइक एट द एज ऑफ 7 अगर उसके पापा चले गए, आई नेवर वांटेड कि वो बड़ी होके बोले यू नो मेरे डैड चले गए थे इसलिए ऐसा हुआ, तो वैसी कोई मेमोरी देना ही नहीं है मुझे. So I try to make every occasions, you know, in a celebration way for her कि she's celebrating Diwali, you know, no compromise. भले पैसा नहीं है but उसके लिए करना है, तो she's a happy child. At least she doesn't have such kind of memories and she's not bitter at all. Now she's in, you know, अभी किसी को पता नहीं है. Now she's in touch with her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And पता है क्या हुआ था हमारे साथ? For 10 years we were hated him. You know, the way he left us. तो हमारे मन में तो hatred था. Apple was, you know, hating him. कि वो मुझे छोड़ कैसे सकते हैं, this and that. He's not a good father. And she always knew कि one day I'll be winning Oscars and I will not allow him to say I am his daughter. And today they are talking to each other. So just last 6-7 months back, we started in touch with each other, Apple, and he got married. So then one day we realized, Apple को मैंने बोला Apple ये हुआ कैसे, हम लोग तो नफरत करते थे, आज ये 3 साल से ये मेडिटेशन का चक्कर है कि we got into compassion, forgiveness, this, and ये इतना gradually हुआ ना कार्तिका कि suddenly हमको अब कोई grudges नहीं बचे, कोई hatred नहीं बचा. तो कई लोग बोलते हैं कि कैसे किसी को भुलाए, you know, अगर आपके साथ किसी ने गलत किया ऐसे सिर्फ आपको टाइम देना पड़ेगा and you have to meditate regularly. Because Apple and me meditating for last 3 years. तो हमारा कब वो hatred compassion में बदल गया हम ही को नहीं पता चला. You know, now she's in good terms with him.
That's good.
So meditation is good, you know?
Yes.
Not medication.
No.
Don't go to psychiatrist, just start meditation.
I mean, you can if you're at a position where you need it and in
Yeah.
order to function, okay.
At least.
But just as a thing, but yeah, I didn't want because I've studied all of this before, so I was very clear that no, I'm not going down that route. Anyway, I would have panicked if there was medication also. I would have got scared like कुछ तो है, कुछ और है मेरे.
Exactly.
So I
वो और
was just
exaggerate
scared,
करता है
I
कि correct.
Yeah. Right.
So tell me, Kartika, हमारा first introduction. I sent a mail to you, Kartika. I have law of attraction success stories. So your team emailed me कि she is busy. So I said okay, and then you messaged me. So from that point to here we are.
Yeah.
How was your journey with Anjana? And नहीं वो कपिल शर्मा shows में बोलते हैं ना. So कैसा लग रहा है अंजना के प्लेटफॉर्म पे आके कार्तिका?
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
क्या आपको पता था कि आप अंजना रितोरिया के शो में आने वाली हैं किसी दिन?
नहीं.
ऐसे कपिल शर्मा पूछता है सबको.
अच्छा. The journey with Anjana has been, firstly, she's somebody who has unconditionally loved me even without meeting me, which is such a privilege to walk into a room and not fear being judged or not fear whether someone's going to love you or not love you, or whether you're good enough, not good enough. You're good enough just the way you are. That's what she's made me feel without meeting. मेरे birthday में she sent gifts. On my wedding day she was dancing. On my birthday she even sang. I think the previous birthday or the same birthday.
Yeah.
She sang made a video. I'm playing ukulele. And
Yeah, Apple was playing.
yeah, Apple was playing and they were singing. They've not even met me. So, you know, the soul of a human being is in how they
Yeah.
treat each other without even having met them, and that is such a privilege.
True.
And so many of my students know me through you. Like
Sorry?
it's like they came to your channel and then they found out about me, and now they're academy students.
Okay. Huh?
And then so many of
Your students are.
know you because they've come through that interview.
Yeah.
But one thing that I know about Anjana is she mentioned, she's on that upper extreme of extremely high vibration.
Yeah,
उसका तो कम नीचे
कोई नहीं कर
आता ही
सकता.
नहीं है. I'm in the healing world and she's in that extreme positive state. So we do the balance between positive and the healing.
Right.
And I remember I had asked you help for a couple of different things and you had given me help
Oh
related
yeah.
to selecting.
हाँ. So कार्तिका के पास एक सवाल था and कार्तिका asked me, right?
Yeah, I asked
Yeah.
you two questions.
Two
I think
questions.
related to. I got the answer later on in therapy when I understood deeper what the issue was, which is a whole long story. But the question I think I asked you was about the belief that if you become a celebrity,
And-
something bad is going to happen to you. Like you'll get
Yeah.
into court cases. I've seen this whole
Right.
Shakira thing everywhere. She's such a beautiful, singer person, but she was getting into trouble. So then I was like, you know what? I don't want to be famous because I'm scared that if I'm famous, then something bad is going to happen. And which I broke through that fear in therapy. But I needed, before that, I came to you and you told me a total positive side of that whole, like next level positive, side of the whole thing. So
Yeah, so story is like we were sending messages to, I think I sent you a message in September because I was busy with my birthday. My birthdays are always celebrations of 5 days. So I was busy. What was your wedding date?
September 16th.
16. So I was busy with my birthday celebration. और मेरी प्लानिंग एक महीने से होने लगती है कि अंजना रितोरिया पैदा हुई थी भाई इसका बर्थडे है. So that way. So बाद में I think मैंने कार्तिका को मैसेज किया था कि sorry I was busy with my and Kartika had a question. Can I ask you one question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think that life coaches should take help with each other?
I 1000% believe that everyone needs a
Yeah.
coach and everyone needs a therapist. I feel a coach needs a coach, therapist needs a therapist.
Yeah.
For people with trauma, I definitely recommend therapy, especially psychotherapy, child healing, that kind of stuff. Because that one childhood experience has like a ripple effect in like 1,000 areas of your life.
Right.
So I definitely, in fact, when I got into a university without manifestation story again, I didn't go to that university because I decided not to take higher education. But I got into that university because they asked me this question that do you think a coach needs a coach, and I flat out said yes, because there are blind spots we cannot see that someone else outside of us can see, and coaches play that role. So I'm always learning. I meet up with other coaches and I ask them things about, that's the whole point of evolution is, as a coach you're evolving as a human. Your brand is you, not
True.
your words or your
Yeah.
quotes. You learn through yourself and your stuff, and you ask if you don't know
Yeah.
something.
True.
And you evolve, and that's why I asked you
Yeah, so
questions.
she asked me one question and what I did?
You told me to create a belief that celebrities are celebrated.
Yeah.
And but I had to go through the trauma route in order to get to that, to come to the point where it is
Yeah.
safe. It is safe to be a celebrity.
Right, it is always safe.
Yeah.
You're a celebrity. Yeah, so guys, अगर ऐसा लगता है कि लाइफ कोचेस की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है ना, और पढ़नी चाहिए, and we should not be resisting, right, to ask.
For what? You're
Yeah,
learning, you're
exactly,
growing,
you're
you're
learning.
evolving. I mean,
Anyways, मतलब authors are also the life coach we read every day.
yeah.
कभी नेपोलियन हेल्प कर देते हमको, कभी
Yeah.
डॉक्टर जो डिस्पेंजा हेल्प कर
Yeah,
देते.
exactly.
Oh, Abrahamics का वेबिनार एंड सेमिनार आपने अटेंड किया नहीं किया?
You did, I didn't.
नहीं, but did you plan it? You were saying
No, I wanted to.
Okay.
It slipped my mind. I haven't looked into
Ah.
that. It's in the US. I haven't yet thought of going to the US yet. But maybe. I have a lot of questions now, so I'd be interested.
हाँ. So, कार्तिका, मजा तो आ रहा है आपसे बात करके, लेकिन मेरी आर्मी आपसे कुछ सवाल पूछना चाहती है. चलेगा? If I'll shoot all questions from my Anjana army.
Yes, please.
So there is a girl, Rachna, who's an Anjana army, and my other army sent some question. I'll just read out.
Sure.
So few years back, you were at the brink of committing suicide, and the book Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle brought you back to life. Which chapter or what lesson, sentence in that book brought you back to life and led to such a glorious life?
So I already mentioned
Yeah.
this is the chapter on pain body.
Okay.
So once you heal the pain body, you heal your life, because law of attraction is that you manifest, or the world is a reflection of your emotions.
Right.
So it's not how great a person you are. It's not that I love everybody. It's that I feel misunderstood. I feel low.
Yeah.
I feel powerless. So you'll attract people like that, or you attract situations. So as you heal the pain body, so the chapter is on pain body, which I think is chapter 3 around.
Okay. Cool. Which are your core manifestation techniques that you most believe in?
Oh, so I have a very complete easy answer for this one.
Okay.
The simplest manifestation technique that for me works the best is this thing I like to call statement of increase, which is basically scripting. You write a statement with what you in present tense, that you're actually experiencing what you want, and you end it with, and it makes me feel this. So I'm currently living in an overflow of money, and it makes me feel so joyful. So when I'm writing that statement, I close my eyes and imagine that overflow of money, what that looks like. And I imagine that right now in this moment, it's happening at this very second. In this chair I'm sitting, and right now this is happening. What is my emotional state? Oh, I feel blessed. So I write, I feel blessed. Then again, I do the same statement and I write a full page. That is my go-to creation technique for anything and everything.
Okay, cool. What percent of your life is magical and how much percent is still logical?
A brilliant question. So this is like a rapid fire round. So I'll
Yeah.
answer it really quickly. I haven't calculated. So I believe in universe's rules over man's rules. So anytime there's some bump in the road, I go into full magic mode. So anytime humans say that, you know, because the economy or because of the job market, housing market, you can't do something, that's when I go into magic mode. Otherwise, I'm pretty practical, pretty much in logical mode.
To convince your conscious mind.
Not to convince, I'm
Okay.
already convinced. My logic itself is magic. So
Okay, cool. Which ones is your one biggest manifestation which is still pending?
the house in Croatia, which is
Croatia.
not pending.
It's
It's
not
just
pending,
that I
it's
have
just
to.
started,
I have,
yeah.
it's a in process.
Right. What is your core learning message to your audience from your own life if you were to sum that in one sentence?
The world is a mirror of your emotions. Heal your emotions, the world heals,
Yeah.
changes.
Which according to you is your biggest manifestation so far? Can I answer this?
How would you know? Okay, go ahead.
You know, a cute, a lovely, genuine person, her husband in her life is the biggest
I agree.
manifestation.
I agree. But
That
it's
is-
not consciously done like I was scripting it or something.
That
So,
is lovely. Yeah. Marriage is made in the heaven that I got it
Yeah,
now.
I would have I said the same thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you already decided your year of retirement, or would you like to work, contribute till the last breath of your life?
I'm addicted to what I do, so even if I retire, I'll end up doing the same thing.
Ah.
So I feel like I want it. I mean, financially, obviously, I don't want to work for money beyond a certain point, but I think till my last breath, I'll be doing what I'm doing. But it's what I feel right now.
Yeah, cool. How much does money matter to you, and how much would you like to have in this lifetime? Okay, give a big figure. Like I
So-
have 40 million.
Yeah. I don't have a big figure. I just would like to live out the dreams that I have. So whatever supports the dreams that I have is what I would ask for. In terms of how much money matters to me, I find money is extremely important because it supports the fullness that you. For example, just the other day we went to this beautiful golf resort, and I treated my family
Yeah.
to lunch. Now you can do that when you have money because you do it. So
Exactly.
there's certain experiences that you get with luxury which blows your mind, which I want every human being to have. And luxury costs because things cost.
Yeah.
There's a price to
Yeah,
make this.
exactly.
So it's not like, oh, why can't we have luxury for free? There's a reason why. So I find only when you go for a luxury cruise or you go to a luxury experience will you realize the joy of luxury. And because of that, I do find that money is love. Love is money. I don't see a separation between the abundance of leaves and trees than the abundance of money. It's all just support of energy.
Yeah,
the universe
support of energy,
Yeah,
right.
universal support.
Correct. According to you, what is the importance of meditation in your life, which we already discussed? Or you want to say
Meditation
something?
is
Yeah.
like a daily bath. So if you're not going to bathe for a long time or not going to brush your teeth for a long time, that's going to be a bit of a stink. It's the same thing with meditation as if you don't meditate for long enough, what ends up happening is that the accumulated emotions from the previous day and the previous day, the heaviness is going to manifest as bumpiness in your life or health issues or more blocks in your
The
manifestation.
same answer I give. Somebody is saying कि मैम book पढ़ना ज़रूरी है. So I say कि आप every day you are going to the outer world, meeting general people, general thoughts. तो हम ब्रश अगर नहीं करते 2 दिन बाद आपके पास कोई नहीं बैठेगा because of stinky mouth. In the same manner, जब आपको mind dirty हो जाएगा, no one will sit with you unless and until you have a good thoughts.
Very well
So मैं भी वही बोलती हूँ. It's just like brushing your teeth. There is one student of mine who is in US, so she came here and I said, okay, meditation चल रहा है. अंजुना अभी इंडिया आई ना तो meditation नहीं कर पा रही हूँ. I said, खाना खाया था कल? हाँ, ब्रश किया था? हाँ, इंडिया आई हो ना, ब्रश नहीं कर पाई? नहीं किया था, नहाई थी. तो इंडिया आने पे ये meditation के लिए excuse नहीं हुए.
और जस्ट एक और चीज़ है कि ये जो मेडिटेशन होता है वो इट्स नॉट दैट आप बैठना इट्स लाइक आपको बैठना नहीं चाहिए. ओके ठीक है बैठ जाओ, मगर सब कुछ में मेडिटेशन हो सकता है. जब जब चाय पी रहे हो आप मेडिटेट कर सकते हो. मेडिटेशन इज ऑब्जर्वेशन, ऑब्जर्व द मोमेंट एज इट इज instead of being in your mind.
It's just awareness.
Awareness. So it's not that जब आप ब्रश कर रहे हो आप अगर पूरा जैसे ज़ेन में बोलते हैं अगर आप बर्तन को धो रहे हो वो इतना अच्छा मेडिटेटिव प्रैक्टिस होता है. तो डू दैट इंस्टेड ऑफ बीइंग कंप्लेनिंग, कंडेमिंग, क्रिटिसाइजिंग.
मैं बैठ नहीं पाती हूँ, मैं सो जाती हूँ, lots of
So meditation is just being present.
Correct. Do you love fame and surrounded by people, or would you like to live in a privacy in your own peaceful paradise?
I have a middle answer to that. I do not. So I desire to be surrounded by a lot of loving people in my slice of the pie. I'm not interested in the whole world, but in my slice of the pie, I want to be safe and loved and loving. I don't want drama, you know. So I'm not interested in going on the red carpet or something like that, but I am interested in making the mark that I can. If that is my slice of the pie is 1.3 million, I think that's what I was telling you. The number is 1.3 million. Those are the people I want to help. That's what I'm interested in.
Right.
So if you call 1.3 million fame, then yes.
Nice. According to you, how do books help in individuals' growth? Because in a way, every human being's journey is unique. So how do these books help us in learning from someone else's perspective? Nice question.
Really good question.
Yeah.
Firstly, yes, everyone's journey is unique, but also no, because there are certain core things that are it's a collective unconscious. We're all connected. So what we're struggling with is not unique to us. There are things that are happening in so many different people's lives. But even if they were different, the solution comes back to us, dealing with us. So books give you perspectives on how to deal with yourself, which will solve your problem. I've learned from Power of Now. Does Eckhart know what I went through? No. But his book is why I'm sitting here right now. My courses, my coaching, I teach 5 a.m. classes, long form classes, 111 days. I say my stories, somehow my stories are the reason why somebody's life is different today. Somebody else's story is the reason why my life is different. It's a unique perspective, but something clicks because we're all human. Something is connected.
And there are certain common emotions, hate, rage, jealousy. These are with everyone. So if I gone through this, I can of course help you with my experiences. What is your daily routine? Is it mostly fixed or keep on changing in few weeks or months?
Mine change because the value that I have that I'm working on for that period of my life would be different. So if I've come to a point where I've manifested what I wanted for that time and now I'm more interested in the healing phase or the inner child healing, the self-love things, then my routine is surrounded by that kind of work. There are certain things that stay constant, like when I wake up in the morning, I have an attitude of the day. When I go to sleep,
you have an attitude of the day?
Yeah, okay. I will celebrate the day beforehand. Like, incredible day I had. So all that I will do. Certain things stay similar, but it changes based on what is my core value for that time in my life. Like right now, I'm practicing safety in being myself, right? So I have a ring, like I told you, I'm enough. So instead of me worrying that I have to itna explain karna in order for me to be understood, I will practice as I am right now, I'm understood. So that becomes my daily routine.
Nice.
So
this is nice.
So depending on which value I'm working on over the period of my life is what my routine is like.
Right. Perfect. How and when did you discover your life purpose?
My life purpose discovered me. I told you I wanted to be a farmer and a rock star. I did not know that this was an industry. I'll tell you the story. Chota such story is that I told you I was working in a company as a personality analyst, and my then boss said you should get into coaching. So he took me to this is the most inspiring story of my life, which gives me goosebumps to this point. This moment is they took me to a Nick Halleck seminar. It was my very first seminar, and I was meeting this guy called Nick Halleck, who's done everything in the books. He was 8 years old when he made a list of what he wanted to do as an adult, and it was a crazy list, like go to the moon, rock star, eat food at the helm of the Titanic, go into an active volcano, that kind of crazy list. And he was a bubble child, meaning that kid who was so sick that he cannot go outside, and he had that list of things he wanted to do, and he achieved everything. He was one of the first civilians to go into space and all of that. And I met this guy, and he was one sadharan, one normal guy just sitting and eating his idli dosa, and I said, if this guy can do it, I can do it. And the Titanic theme was playing, and I felt like all this emotion. This was in the heart of my anxiety disorder. Okay, so during that time I somehow managed to go for that seminar, and it changed my life. Then I said, I want to be that is who I want to be.
That was the moment.
That was the moment, and I never looked back. That's when I knew I wanted to do personal development. It just thunder lightning moment for me.
Oh, so now I have a question before reading this. Okay, do you think everyone should go for a personality development course? Actually.
I know there are people who are very content with their life and it's not their calling yet. It's like an alarm clock for each person. So I think when the alarm clock rings, you should go for it. If it's not rung, I wouldn't force it. But
it should be compulsory in
school,
initial
yes.
stages. Yeah,
in school,
schools,
yes, for 100%.
Yeah.
If you learnt all this in school, it saves so much time.
True. Okay, as a woman, how much of your financial independence matter to you, or would you be happily depending upon your husband?
It matters to me a lot.
Yeah.
100%. I've never been. My grandmother used to tell me. In fact, she passed away of COVID 2 years ago, and she was so happy with me being, living on my own, making my own money, because that generation of women know what it's like to be dependent on a man and not have an escape plan. So she knew that I was like disinterested in marriage, totally not interested. I was interested in stabilizing, and she was so proud of me. I know that I made the right choice. That I always put my stability first.
Yeah.
There's a thing with anything in life is you don't put your faith on the. You're always worried whether the branch will break. Your faith should be on your wings. That if the branch breaks, I can fly. So that is my advice to everybody here.
Yeah. So जो लड़कियां शादी करके ब्रांच पे बैठना चाहती हैं, पहले आप wings create कर लो अपने, and then you can sit. Yeah. True. Who all have influenced your life the most to shape up your life that you currently have?
Eckhart Tolle, Moji Baba, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and then there are some new age teachers like also obviously Abraham Hicks and stuff like that. But there are books that I've recently read that have also shaped me very, very deeply. You can check those out on my channel. But yeah, overall it's Eckhart Tolle, Abraham Hicks, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Who am I missing here? I have a whole video series on these things, so I think you should just check out those, because now they will not come in my mind because I'm very in the moment at the moment.
So these are the questions from Rachna and other army. So yeah.
So I think that should be a good ending point.
So what's your suggestion to everyone, Kartika? Okay, let me ask you one question. There are so many females who wants to be a life coach. So they say, I want to be a life coach. Sometimes I think they don't want to be a life coach. They just see the, the financial power. So I say कि नहीं, पहले आप वो करके देख लो, अंदर से आवाज आनी चाहिए. Otherwise तो वो सक्सेस दूसरों को देख के नहीं करना है. अंदर की calling है. Then you can, we need more life coaches. एक बार मेरे डैड ने मुझे कहा था, गुड़िया तुम्हारी लाइन में कंपटीशन बहुत है. आपसे पापा कंपटीशन नहीं, अंजना रे तो ये पूरे वर्ल्ड को नहीं संभाल सकती. वी नीड मोर लाइफ कोचेस, इतने सारे ह्यूमंस है, कौन संभालेगा, कैसे संभालेगा? एंड देन ही गॉट अनदर पर्सपेक्टिव.
So what is my advice to people who want to be life coaches? If you've solved the problem for yourself, you can solve the problem for someone else. But you can also be journalistic, which means as you're solving your own problems, you can start teach that to others. Because I'm still a work in progress. You are, I'm assuming, still a work in progress. You still have things to do. I still have things to do. But we teach as and when we're growing. But if you're doing this for money, it's not an easy job, because you're dealing with human beings, and you're dealing with human beings and their traumas. So at some point with that first refund request or the first hate mail and if you don't have passion for this job, you'll run for the hills. And if you're okay with that first 3 of them, the 4th, 5th one will get you on your knees. So you must, unless as I told you, there are many times I said I'm not doing this anymore. Next morning my heart again comes back and I say no, I love this job. So unless it's in your heart, it can get difficult. So make sure that if you're doing this because it's something else is pulling you, and you're doing this for the love of the people, because the money There's thousand. Money is energy. You don't
You
have to
can
work
create
for
by
money.
anything.
Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah,
do anything for
exactly.
that. You'll come anyway. But you should. I think the biggest advice to coaches is you should love people. And if you don't have love in your heart for people,
Right.
they can sense it, and they will. I mean, it's just bumpy right from there.
Right.
For me, it's love your audience. It's not about I'm so scared to be on camera. You're not in the equation at all when you're coaching. It's them who are you, the information and their lives. That is what matters when you're coaching. So it's not about I'm so scared to be on camera. I'm not sure. If you feel genuinely that you believe in this work and you know it's going to help someone's family, that's why you're a coach.
True.
Otherwise, it gets very hard. I won't recommend it for everyone.
Yeah, it's an accountability, it's a responsibility. कई बार मेरे webinar 9 घंटे चलते हैं and my daughter is sitting in the another room and just sitting for 9 hours. कई बार मुझे पानी बोलने का भी मौका नहीं मिलता कि आप पानी दे दो. I am continuously speaking for 9 hours. Yeah, but that's what I love. मैं
It
पूरा
energizes
दिन
me.
थकने के बाद आप मेरे से वेबिनार करवा लो, I can do that. Yeah, otherwise आप मेरे से 1 घंटा किसी से बात करवाओगे, मैं बोलूँगी यार बहुत हो गया, अभी now I need my me time.
Yeah.
And that's how I always do. But so this is how, you know, if you're meant to do this, universe will anyways आपसे करवा ही लेगा. आप वैसे भी नहीं बच पाओगे. Otherwise I was very happy in my creative director field, you know, that was more glamorous or sets and actors. Yeah, so if it is meant to happen, it happen. मैं कोई बोलती है, किसी ने मुझसे पूछा मैम लाइफ कोच कैसे बनना है, तो मैंने उसको मैसेज किया रीड. So उसको समझ ही नहीं आया आंसर. I said see, अंदर जब ज्ञान भर जाएगा ना, तो मुंह से जब अच्छी बातें निकलेंगी, you will automatically be a life coach, you know.
And life.
Yeah, you have to get knowledge, you know.
I think that was one of your questions, right? Is if somebody steals your content steals your
yeah.
videos, how do you deal with that? I get this question a lot because many of you know that there are many people who I've interviewed who have stolen my content and stolen my course material, and many who have actually come to me and said, hey, I feel guilty. I have blessed them for one reason. Nobody can steal my energy. Nobody can steal my stories. Even if I have somebody who's taken exactly what are my stories in my courses and put it in her course. And I bless that. Because the energy, the truth, and the spirit that came through me telling that story is not going to be the same spirit. So there is no competition.
Yeah.
So people come to me anyway. So I'm not, like I said, I only need my 1.3 million people. The rest can go to anybody else.
Exactly.
I don't.
And universe is infinite. जिसको जितना लेना है.
Yeah, so steal if you want.
And
there are many websites that actually have courses up, selling it for cheap. You can go there, but when you go and get those courses, your own guilt will form that, oh my god, I paid so little for so much of value, I will come back and I will buy the actual course.
Exactly. और वो तो है ही कार्तिका, जैसे मैं कई बार बोलती हूँ, मतलब अभी there are people जो छोटे छोटे गाँव की लड़कियां they turn into a life coach and they're doing so well. तो क्योंकि जब आप मेन कोर बता दोगे लाइफ कोचिंग का, तो अगर वो वही वर्क कर रहा है ह्यूमन बींग्स पे, तो उसको कोई भी बताएगा, वो वर्क करेगा ही करेगा. So कई लोग बोलते हैं यार वो कॉपी कर रहा है, सर कॉपी कुछ नहीं कर रहे. मे बी इफ दे आर एक्चुअली कॉपिंग, यू नो, कि अंजना कैसे बोल रही है, या अंजना ने ये बोला, या अंजना ने वो बोला. I said maybe they are not connected with the inner source. That's why they are looking for Anjana's video. I am connected with मेरे को गाइडेंस अंदर से आ जाता है, चलो अंजना आर्मी खड़ी कर लेते हैं. So I'm not looking for, you know, so that is the reply for everyone who try to, you know, and Grace copy करने में तो वैसे भी नहीं है.
You cannot, it's like a thumbprint. It's extremely unique, so you can't copy.
Exactly. किसी ने मुझसे सवाल किया था, क्योंकि मैं ग्लैमर इंडस्ट्री से हूँ कार्तिका, तो मेरा तो चलते ही रहता है नौटंकी, यू नो, कैमरा, डांस, ये वो, थोड़ा स्टाइल. तो you are not a life coach, है ना? कार्तिका is a life coach. ऐसे कार्तिका is कार्तिका, अंजना is अंजना. मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती. She is sophisticated. She is voice. हम दोनों same कैसे हो सकते हैं?
नहीं, but you say things in a way that connect to someone that I won't be able to. I'll say something that connect to someone you may not be able to.
Exactly.
It's a unique thing. So I think with that point we should wrap it up, because I also want your info on another video that I want to do on my channel.
अच्छा, so Kartika is taking my interview for her channel.
For my channel, yes.
So she's in Power of Now right now. कि चलो अभी है हम अंजना के
हाँ,
साथ बात
क्योंकि
कर लेते हैं.
time भी जा रहा है, तो हम I don't want to miss the opportunity. I don't want to.
Okay. So guys, so that was a wonderful session. बाकी तो आप लोग कमेंट्स में बताइए कैसा लगा. हमने कार्तिका को बुला लिया finally. अंजना के चैनल में. Bye bye guys, love you.
Which camera?
This camera. So guys, ये था हमारा आज का अमेजिंग वाला हार्ट टू हार्ट सेशन एंड विदाउट फिल्ट्रेशन कार्तिका ने सब बताया है गाइस, और इस एपिसोड से बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं। नाउ इट्स टाइम टू से बाय बाय, आई लव यू कह दिया जाए बाय बाय कार्तिका।
before we say bye,
थोड़ा सा
we
लेट
have a gift to give you guys.
Oh.
Thank you. I can see it's chocolates. Is it chocolate?
Yes.
Should I open it now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I hold this.
Yeah, thank you. Right. You all know that I love chocolates. अभी मैंने बोला था I'm going to get chocolates and then you just
See.
manifest it.
From here, from.
Huh, wow. Ooh.
Yes.
Hope you liked
Thank you,
it.
Kartika. I hope you like it.
I love it, thank you. Oh, this is nice.
Look into the camera.
I'm just going to show you what
Okay.
is in here.
Okay.
Can you hold this?
Yeah,
for a
I'll-
moment so I can just show you. This is Belgian milk chocolate. And then this is coated crispy treats pineapple. Brand endorsement.
Yeah.
This is True Christmas pinwheel plum
As
cookies.
Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. And this is 70% cocoa chocolate. But you know what is funny is that I was just telling Anjana
And,
that
and
is
this what?
It's written here. I guess.
honey, stir it up, hot chocolate on a stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful, that's first time. I was just telling Anjana that I'm doing this new fitness like toning down by eating more, and she said eat gems, and I said I want chocolate, and someone just called me.
नहीं, आपको कैडबरी जेम्स खाना है और बोलना है अंजना रितोरिया ने कहा है ये जेम्स मुझे बिल्कुल फिट एंड फाइन करेंगी, ऑलवेज इन द बेस्ट कर्व्स।
Yes, because I'm going to Maldives for my vacation.
Wow! Yeah!
Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
So this is the last frame, guys. You can hold this. And this is the last frame, amazing frame for Kartika with Kartika. Yay! Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. एक इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी मेरे अंदर क्यूरियोसिटी है, आई थिंक हम सबको है, लड़का कहाँ मिला गोरा सा वो सबको जानना है,
So मैंने अभी तक किसी को
क्योंकि वो
बताया ही
सबको
नहीं
जानना
है.
है कि प्यारा सा लड़का मिला किधर से कार्तिका को।
ठीक है. So you'll be the first person to know this story because I've not told
Really?
anybody.
Okay.
So should I tell this?
Yeah, of course.